Cup!
Hello, everyone!
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Chippy Cup.
Hi, how have you guys been? We've been good.
We have been good. Sorry for the delay on this video. We were at at Anime North, which is a convention up here in Canada, and it's like the biggest anime convention in North America.
Yeah, in North America, and it was the 20th anniversary this year.
So we had a blast. It was our 6th year going, and this year we cosplayed as Rio and Alice from Shokugeki no Soma, or Food Wars as it's known over here. But
in North America.
Anyways, we had a blast. In fact, we actually saw some Overwatch cosplays.
Yeah, there was a really good Junkrat there.
A really good Junkrat. And you can see photos of those if you follow us on Instagram. We'll put that link below. But today we're back at playing Overwatch, and we're actually going to check out the Weekly Brawl.
Ooh.
And this week it's Super Shimada Bros.
Oh! Super Shimada Bros. Wow, I went real Asian instead.
Yeah, you went like an
I went the opposite direction. I went to go Nintendo, and I went very Japanese.
Essentially, the theme here is you're either playing as Genji, or as Hanzo, and that's just kind of it. So we're playing on Hanamura, and it's an attack or defend capture zone. What do you think we should start off with?
Should go as... Yeah, totally Tracer, that's fitting. Genji.
Alright. Fair warning.
Mm-hmm.
I never typically play as Genji or as Hanzo, so I'm not anticipating to be doing all that great.
Your controller is dying.
It sure is. So this is similar to what Blizzard does in Hearthstone, where they have like the weekly challenges that if you complete, you get like a free pack of cards.
Yeah.
I played last week's for the launch. They had Mayhem. We didn't do a video of it, but it was essentially like your abilities just refreshed on like a very fast basis.
Is that why it was called Mayhem then? Because
yeah,
it was like mass mayhem of everybody
like,
doing everything.
Yeah. So essentially it was just like, depending on the character you chose, the abilities would just refresh really, really fast. Obviously, certain characters have better abilities that fare very well in that kind of environment. But anyways. So, with Genji, he has these throwing stars, and he can either throw them in like a path like this, like just straight, or he can do kind of like a spread of
multiple
like
stars.
That. You can also reload your throwing stars, which is pretty helpful to know. He also has, as well as Hanzo, they have this crazy climbing ability if you just hold down your jump button, like so.
They can weirdly double jump.
Yeah.
Run up walls.
I'm gonna try and get these guys through this window. I don't know if it'll work.
Through the window.
And I think, as I mentioned before in a previous video, this game works on a system called Favor the Shooter. So the way that works is, if my crosshair is over an enemy or an opponent or whatever, or vice versa, if their crosshair is over me, even though on my screen I may be out of the line of sight, the game will register it as a hit, which is pretty unique to Overwatch. I think it's part of the whole engine and build.
That's very unique to Blizzard.
I've never really heard of an engine like this before, but it's I think it's pretty neat.
What engine did they use to create the game?
I don't know.
Was it like Unreal Engine 4?
No, it was a newly designed engine just
specifically for Overwatch.
Just for Overwatch, yeah.
Kill your brother.
Yeah. So as you saw, like we just captured A. So once you capture A, then you move on to B. This is one of the, I think, one of a handful of different game modes in Overwatch. One team attacks, one team defends. Currently we're attacking, and we have a little over 7 minutes left to capture. So hopefully we'll be able to get that done. Genji has a couple other abilities. I can show you right now. So Genji has his
See if I could jumpy.
oh my god, no, don't do that.
Oh no!
He has like a dash forward.
There's Mario.
Ba-da-bum-bum-bum.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! Peachy's got it!
No, I was doing the death look. Woohoo! Like the sad death noise.
But he can do kind of like a jump forward. Like this. Anyways, had I done that correctly, I would have made that jump. Genji can also deflect incoming projectiles as well as his other ability.
With the katana, that's
with his katana.
Like he only pulls out the katana
his
for
katana
defending.
also comes out when he's doing his ult.
Ah, I was gonna say, it seems pretty pointless to have a katana and not be able to use it.
Yeah, it's pretty unique to his abilities, not so much his general attack.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fine. It's like any other. Like using his throwing stars is like using any other kind of weapon in the game, whether it be a ranged weapon. It's just a matter of lining up. I actually find, like, whenever I play against a Genji, I don't fare typically pretty well because I never really pay much attention to the sound.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so used to paying attention to, say, like a gunshot, which is much more recognizable.
Well, I mean, he is a ninja, right? So.
Oh yes, exactly.
And a dragon.
What? Hey, what?
Spoilers.
Yeah, Blizzard put out some fantastic
like pre-story stuff.
Yeah, and I think I may have mentioned this to you before, Cassie, but like I really feel like Overwatch is a game that really would have fared well from having a story mode because these characters have such a rich
backstory.
Rich backstories. And I mean, at least that's the feeling that you get because there's so much personality that's put into all these characters.
Yeah, and you really don't get to see any of that personality when you're just playing in these modes.
Yeah, I mean, you get, like, just from the way that they interact with each other, like, there's little whips and banter that will come up as you play, like, as you're starting. And I think that it goes a long way. It would have just been great to have had a story to kind of, that would have delved into the history of the game. So in the opening sequence it talks about how Overwatch was this organization that came together because there was robots that essentially went out and started taking over countries, and there was a war, and there wasn't really anything that existed on humanity's side to combat that. And Overwatch was the task force that was ultimately created. It would have just been great to have had that kind of history and that backstory play out, whether it be, like story missions akin to what you might encounter in, say, like a shooter game. But maybe that'll be something that Blizzard considers.
I feel like that's something in the future. Yeah. Plus, they are doing like a comic and a whole bunch of other
there's a comic
stuff. I can see them do like a web series or something, or an animated series with these backstories. I think they'd fare very well.
Yeah. Well, and anyways, as I was saying, what spurred that entire conversation was the fact that they, prior to the release of the game, had released a set of videos for a couple different characters that delved kind of into the backstory and where they were coming from. And one of those videos focused on Genji and Hanzo.
More specifically Hanzo than, a little bit of Genji at the end.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it was his history with his brother, which you later find out is Genji.
I think I need to just get a little bit more familiar with kind of when somebody starts shooting, like that's when I blink away.
I think you just need to be more reckless. You
I
gotta
don't know. I feel like I've been pretty reckless.
be more carefree. You gotta embody a young British woman.
I don't know how to do that.